Gimmicks podcast, and we bring it to you. Every time we turn live, and you know it's the truth. Every after show, give it down. This the time we move around. No Gimmicks podcast is going down. Every night, every time in the ring. This is time for no gimmicks. No, we doing our thing. What's your state of mind? State divine. Moving down a statement when we take the line. This is exactly wrestling the state design. When you see Stone Cold like me, with the stunner in the world, exactly, man, what we bring. Every night we move like Brock Lesnar, the F5, no gimmicks. We take you to your limit. What's the feeling? When we live in the air, you know we on. This the time. Guarantee we move. You know how we respond. The state design. The state design when we feel it.
All right. We are here. The story is finished. WrestleMania 40 has come and gone. And my goodness, what a 2 days, man. This was an incredible 2 days that we got. I won't keep you guys long because I know the press conference is going. I got people that I want to support in the press conference. Shout out to BCP and those guys that provided WrestleMania coverage. We already got the comments flying in. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in. But we already got them coming in. Yes, you know what? I don't want to talk about anything but night 1 and night 2. And the overall feel that I got from both nights. Night 1 to me is the perfect setup night for tonight. Particularly that main event. The main event got us here, right? I'm not gonna bullshit you. I thought the main event would have had way more stuff in it. Granted, I'm not mad at what we got. I'm not mad at what we got in the main event. We got a little bit of Jimmy and Jay. And it seemed like they didn't try to draw too much attention from what was gonna go on in the main event. But it just seemed like we were going to get more. Not mad at the finish, though. Overall, it was a great weekend. Let's go right into the main event of tonight, the close of tonight. Shout out to Damian Priest. He's up on the press conference right now. I want to make sure I get that later. But they set this up last night great with Cody taking the pin and The Rock being the one to pin him. Now, what I think this is going to lead to is The Rock versus Cody. They've already kind of teased it. They already kind of planted the seeds for it. Eventually, we're probably going to get Rock versus Roman. Eventually. I think Roman's going to go away for a little bit, and then he'll come back. Kind of, and here's the thing. In hindsight is always 2020. Roman actually did a lot for that championship because everyone's saying they want Cody. Great, you got him. Finish the story. You got it. You motherfuckers are like dogs chasing cars, bro. Like, you got the car. Now what? This is the question coming out of it. Now what? You got the car. Now what? You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow is going to be kind of important in the grand scheme of things. Eventually, this is probably going to lead to Rock and Roman. I would be remiss though if I don't give Roman his props, man. Elevating everybody around you like that. Cody, this is a 2-year build for Cody. It had everybody, it brought tears to people, like him finally winning it. There's gonna be some good coming out of this. I'm not mad at Cody at all, man. Like, good shit, bro. Good shit. And look, we got comments. It was fire, but damn, I'm kind of agreeing with that. I wanted a little bit more. I wanted a little bit more out of this main event. A little bit. I'm not mad at it, but if you look at the people that came out of this, like most of them, Sammy won a title tonight. Drew by association won a title tonight, which Damian Priest kind of got a lift out of this. The Usos had a fire storyline. Bro, this so much came out of Roman's reign, bro. Like so much. This guy lifted everybody. And I don't think for everybody with the we want Cody shit and Roman don't defend, like, y'all got to give this man his props. And I understand that. But don't fucking do that shit now, bro. Don't do it now. Don't fucking do that shit now. Please don't do it now. Roman, no. Because now you're showing your hand. Now you're showing your motherfucking hand. Like, stop. Let the man, like, if you are a fan of Roman, which I am a fan of Roman's, like, tonight was kind of bittersweet because you knew it had to happen eventually, and you knew it was Cody's time. It's Cody's time. We have to give him that too. It's Cody's time. And I want to see what he does with it. Eventually, I think we will get a heel Cody. I don't think we'll get it now. But you know, it is what it is, man. And I'm kind of excited to see where we go from here. We are in uncharted territory. I do think Cody is going to give the company, he's got to put the company on his back. And, you know, when it was Roman's time, bro, we were right here saying, I don't think it's his time. And look at it. He lifted so many people from his reign. And we were right there saying, it's not his time. It's not his time. And you can argue that he's one of the best people to ever put on a pair of boots right now for what he did for the company. But I do think Cody's going to be the guy that leads this company into the Netflix era. I do. It just, the sign is there. And if you look at tonight, it's been your usual suspects, but now we're starting to see some new faces hold titles, right? And I do think out of this, there's going to be one guy coming out of this that I'm fully expecting to hold a title, and that's Gunther. And I do think Gunther versus Damian Priest has a lot of weight to it. It has a lot of weight to it. Plus, you got Seth, you got CM Punk. You can move Cody to SmackDown, and that starts. You got Randy Orton on SmackDown. There's so many fresh new outcomes that you can go from here, man. Like, so many directions that you can go out of this. Sammy taking that Intercontinental title. Granted, I don't want to see Sammy on Raw. I'd rather see him on SmackDown because there's a lot of good matchups to come out of SmackDown for him. But if you're going to give one man a shot, it has to be Chad Gable. It has to be Chad. That has to be the first guy to get that title shot. So there's a lot of good stuff that you can look forward to. And again, I understand for everybody that's throwing up the ones, it's still got to be that. There was an L taken today. There was an L taken today. But out of this, I think we're going to get some cinema, bro, because Roman has failed the bloodline. He has failed them. He has made them look bad for the first time. Relevancy Island? It's gonna be really tough for him. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes from here. But overall, man, I do think WrestleMania 40 was billed as the biggest WrestleMania ever, which, if you're a wrestling fan, they're all billed as the biggest WrestleMania ever. In terms of money gross, this will probably be the biggest WrestleMania ever. The main event of night number 2, and you could tell by the crowd reaction, we haven't had a crowd reaction like that for a main event at Mania. Not even a main event. We hadn't had a crowd reaction for a match like that since Hogan Rock. That crowd was dead most of the night. But when that match started, you knew who brought them to the stadium over the course of 2 days. It was evident. Roman versus Cody, which speaks a lot to Cody. It does. It speaks a lot to his drawing power. Now, can he keep that? Can he build on that? And if he can, you're looking at a GOAT. You're looking at a guy that's going to be entering the GOAT conversation really soon. It's going to be interesting to see his reign and what he does. But if he is anywhere near the caliber that Roman was as a champion while being as active as Seth is, it's going to be clear that this guy's the best ever. Clear that he's the best ever because he loves the business and he puts his heart and soul into the business. So again, kudos to Cody. Kudos to the Monster Factory because Damian Priest is part of the Monster Factory, one of the biggest best training schools for wrestling. And shout out to Philly, man. Look, man, look, he said he ain't his daddy. Bro, listen, man. He doesn't have to be his dad. Right now, Cody Rhodes is better than his dad. I know this is going to hurt to hear. It's going to suck to hear. But right now, Cody Rhodes is better. It sucks to hear, but that is the truth. That is now a fact. He held the one title his brother never held or his dad never held. So he's got that. He's better than both of them. He's the best Rhodes right now. The best. So, yeah, man. It's good WrestleMania. Me and my wife actually watched it. I had people that never watched it watch it, texted me. So, and you can argue that too, man. He's more accomplished than his dad. You can argue that. But listen, man, the goal of every parent should be to have children that are better than them. It's not saying that Dusty was terrible, but that should be the goal. I would argue that Cody is better than his dad. The man holds the crowd in the palm of his hand. He had Michael Cole crying on commentary. He has Samantha crying, announcing him as the winner. Like, bro, tears, bro, tears. People in their audience crying. There's something to be said for that. Like, he finally did it, which that's a WrestleMania moment in itself. And I bet you they will go back to those moments and show them tomorrow. They're going to go back to those moments and show them tomorrow. There's going to be a guy on Busted Open Radio on Sirius XM tomorrow by the name of Dave LaGreca, who I would argue single-handedly changed this fucking main event from Rock Roman to Rock Cody. And he will be crying tomorrow. Shout out to Dave LaGreca. Oh, man, he's probably doing a podcast right now with tears in his eyes. I got to check Twitter. But, yeah, he's probably beside himself right now. But, yes, it speaks volumes, man. Shout out to Bailey. She's up right now. I need to I need to hop off so I could check out this press conference. But I want to know, man, leave me your thoughts. If you're in the No Gimmicks podcast fan group, go ahead and we have a thread in there. Let everybody know your thoughts. If you're on Twitter, follow us at No Gimmicks DFPN, or you just look right there. Right there. X, Twitter, whatever it is. Follow us right now. Let us know your thoughts. If you're on Instagram, there it is. Let us know your thoughts, man. Let us know what you think of WrestleMania 40. For me, I'm not even going to give it a grade because the fact that I had so many like non-hardcore, like there was so many people that have never watched it or haven't watched it in a long time. There was so many people that I know that were in that category watching WrestleMania this year. I just thought it was awesome that there were so many people tuned in and even found it entertaining. So that speaks volumes too. Now, if you're a hardcore fan or a usual, watch it. You don't watch it too much, but you're keeping in tune. If you're one of those people and you have opinions about it, that's fine. You've now worked yourself up to a pace to where, you know, it's actually you care about it. But I will say this. WrestleMania 40 is the absolute end of sports entertainment. We are in the professional wrestling endeavor now. That's where we are. Everybody's calling it professional wrestling. We're back. Wrestling is cool again. So hopefully we get to a space to where we can share this shit and it gets back to where, you know, where it's cool to even talk about it publicly. You know what I'm saying? Which we're there, but we're now a crowd to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? I want this shit to be common. As common as something, you know, people watch like a Game of Thrones. So hopefully we get back to that space to where we can talk about it like that. And, you know, people understand it and have an opinion on it, and it's not just us, the wrestling crowd. But thank you guys for tuning in. We had a nice crowd tonight. Thank you guys for leaving your commentary in the comments. Shout out to my people over on the X, the Twitter machine. Shout out to my people over on the Facebook. Shout out to my people on YouTube, leaving the comments. We have people from all over in here tonight. So I appreciate that. Shout out to you guys. And check us out. We'll be back here next week. Me and Frank D will probably break this thing down as a whole. Although I know Frank D's thoughts. He probably don't give a fuck about it. But we'll talk about it. So until then, if you like the wrestling, come back. Watch some more until the shit don't jive with you. Cody is walking up to the podium right now. So I'm going to hop off. Thank you guys for tuning into the No Gimmicks post-WrestleMania wrap-up show. Thank you guys. And again, enjoy the fucking wrestling. Peace.
And I know it's off and it's on.
Whoops.
And I know it's off and it's off and it's off and it's, we give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's off and it's off and it's off and it's, we give them no gimmick. Yeah. And I know it's off and it's off and it's off and it's, we give them no